Tolba is the provocateur. He likes to attack. Doesn't mean he doesn't play defense, but he likes to go. And in each of his last 3 bouts, he's been hit on the first action when he attacked, interestingly. Tolba's #1 ranked in the juniors. Puzankov, by the way, is ranked 4th. And Tolba took 5th last year. Puzankov took 8th. So they both were knocked out in the quarterfinals. This time they're both in the semis. They both have a medal. Who gets the bronze and who gets a chance for gold? We'll soon find out. Wow, Tolba with a deep 4 parry. Watch this. Look at that. Amazing. And it is a counter riposte from Puzankov. As a fencer, you don't get too frustrated when you fall behind like this. You know, it's 3-0, you have a long way to go, but you do want to get the first one on the board. You don't really feel good until you score 1. Tolba a bit frustrated there, looking at his coach to whom. So what Tolba has to do right now, he's single-mindedly focused on attacking, and he's not breaking through, and that time he got hit in the preparation. He's going to have to try to mix it up, try to maybe draw Puzankov out. Puzankov's very comfortable on defense right now, and his parries are impenetrable so far. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. This one I like. Look at Tolba, he's 17 years old. He looks like he's 25. Tolba's first point is a lucky one because Puzankov made a nice counter riposte. And the theme of that touch is not who got it, but the fact that Puzankov's defense is really good so far. His blade work is very strong. He just missed on that one. Tolba, long legs, wide on guard. And caught flat-footed on that one. One of the most frustrating things as a competitor is when you set up an action and make a nice parry, as Tolba did, and you miss on the riposte and you get hit on a remise. Tolba rushing it a little bit, and he's playing right into Puzankov's hands because his defense is so strong right now.
His shoe came off.
It's true. His shoe is off. So what happens there, David? Tolba's foot went behind the back line, but his shoe stayed on. This is a good break, actually, for him to take a moment to compose himself because he's getting out-fenced right now. And he has a longer distance advantage. And I think he's going to have to try to figure that out. He hasn't yet been able to draw Puzankov out where he could be maybe one time mid-para post, but he missed. He needs to try to do that. He can't keep just forcing the attack because it's not working. He got hit on his preparation. He gets hit on riposte.
It's pretty much the first real clean hit that he's gotten in this match.
Yes. Tolba has to be careful when he takes a gigantic, fast first step. He's vulnerable there from that close a distance. That's when he got hit in his preparation earlier. And he's attacking to the high line where Puzankov is parrying every single one. What a beautiful counter riposte by Puzankov. And it didn't hit. So 2 of Tolba's 4 touches, half of his touches have been scored on remises when Puzankov had him dead to rights. Let's look at this. Parry. Counter parry. Wow, there was a lot going on there.
Yeah. Because it wasn't just parry, counter parry. I think there was a counter parry in there.
I've lost count of how many counter parries. This is a tough one. It's either 8-4 or 7-5. This is a critical call because Tolba can get back into this bout.
No change. La même chose.
In my opinion, Tolba has to stay at a longer distance and try to do absence of blade, not give Puzankov the blade so often.
He's got it right out there.
That's the first time Puzankov, so to speak, let his defense down. Got caught.
Well,
Lead attack off the line. I mean, that's just too easy.
off target from the left.
First no, says the referee. It looked like a feint to the outside line, then back to the inside line. Let's see how the replay shows here. I'm surprised to see Puzankov attacking. Let's see, watch this here. Let's see, feint attack or... Whoa. What the referee said was the first action by Puzankov to the middle, to the stomach, right there. That's the end of the action, according to the referee. On that look, it might be a feint and the attack to the around the blade when Tolba went for it. More often than not, they're going to say the first attack was short or no, but he's changing this one. Very surprised to see Puzankov pushing this much because he scored maybe 8 or 9 touches on defense, and he's pushing here, but maybe he feels he has Tolba on the ropes. So this is either counter or post from the left, or it's a core before he parried it, which would negate the riposte. And you heard the referee said, I will check, because that was a close one. Remember, the core or body contact stops the action. No new action can begin after the halt. It doesn't matter when the word comes out of the referee's mouth. It matters when the action takes place that determines the halt. Did you hear the referee say before core, but it was a riposte no, remise yes. Tolba's hanging around here, and Puzankov is letting him do so. I think the attack there, there's no need to do that. He's been really successful in defense. Tolba's frustrated. Did you hear that? Puzankov motion that Tolba's covering with the arm, and the referee says, I have side referees, assessors as they're called. If that happens, they'll see it.
Well,
Puzankov has been successful on a couple of attacks, and whether it was the right idea or the wrong idea, or the right tactic or the wrong tactic, he scored a couple of them at this part of the second half of the bout so far. If I'm Tolba, I'm extremely frustrated because Puzankov's defense is incredible. It's hard to get through.
We go to a 1-minute break. There's a lot going on, but not very much for Tolba.
It doesn't feel like it. You know, sometimes we go to the break and you go, this doesn't feel like 11-8, does it? It feels more like 11-5. Yet it is 11-8.
Yes.
And he's sort of hanging around. But he's got to do something different because he cannot score in the attack. And even when he parries, Puzankov makes counter parries. Very rarely do you hear about as many counter parries we've heard.
Mm-hmm.
This is impressive. I'm really impressed with Puzankov's hand. One of the fastest I've seen. And it'll be interesting to see if Tolba and his coach, Tamir Tahun, can figure out what to do.
I'm just wondering if that is Al-Din Abu Qasim. Who's coaching him? Maybe not.
No, it's Tamir Tahoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to coach him actually in New Jersey, and until he opened up a club in Boston area.
Because Abul Qasim's, I think he's director of sport as well as a coach for Egyptian fencing.
And an Olympic silver medalist. If I'm
That's
correct.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
He was doing commentary with me at the L.A. Foil Grand Prix, or Anaheim, I guess. And we had a power outage
I was there.
in the venue.
Yeah, I was working for NBC. I was there. That was
Oh,
during
that's right. I think I remember.
during Erigo's bout, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, was it Erica's bout? Whatever it was, we kept talking.
Yes.
We kept going.
Yes.
Thinking it was going to come back, and it didn't come back.
No, we
and
just
it didn't come back.
We did too. That was a tough one.
And we were trying to, we were struggling with coming up with new things to talk about. And I said, I know how to get the power to come back. And he says, how? I said, well, there's something I need to do. And so I went to do it. And as soon as I got there, the power came back.
Well, that guaranteed.
Yeah.
Aha. So what Tolba did there to get the remise, he closed the distance in there and took away target area. Maybe that's part of their plan. Again with the counter repose.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. Full marks for Puzankov. His hand is incredible. That's the second remise after the break. Almost as if Tolba gave the blade and said, I'm going to give you the blade, I'm going to step in on the remise. That's two. What did he do? He gave a yellow card. He said, you put the foil on the piece. Now, the entire bout has changed on one tactic. The attack and stepping in on the remise 3 times.
Oh, my. Look at that.
Wow, that's amazing. What they concocted here has worked. Tried it again. Tried it again. And now it's up to Puzankov to figure out what to do here.
Oh, my.
This is unbelievable. Puzankov completely outfenced Tolba the entire bout, and then after the break, something changed, and we know what it was. That one tactic. Wow!
That was pretty incredible, Jeff.
Didn't see that coming. Oof.
Well, obviously his opponent didn't either.
As we said at the break, it was 11-8, but it didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
And somehow he let him hang around. And then that one tactic changed everything. They closed the distance and took away that riposte that Puzankov had been killing him with.
There you go.
Number 1 ranked in the World Juniors. He's got a chance for the gold.
That's pretty amazing. No. We will have a gold medal match later for junior men's foil, but we've got some other business to attend to first, and that is our women's semifinal.